everybody, Nick Games here. Today we are going to be checking out the glorious little mod called Feline Utility Rovers. And this mod adds, well, as the name suggests, rovers. So for starters, here's the first part we have. We have the Lynx cockpit, which has a built-in interior view. We have the Lynx front, which is an unmanned command pod, which looks quite nice. It has variants of no lights, front lights, and rear lights, which looks nice. Then you have the Lynx truck cockpit here, which also looks very nice. And it also has a built-in internal view. Next, for fuel tanks, we have the fuel canister, which has a attachment unit, which I do believe goes in one of the payload things. We have the fuel tank large, and that's what that looks like. It holds 275 oxidizer, 225 liquid fuel, and 800 electric charge. And it holds a resource of liquid fuel, electric charge, monopropellant, xenon gas. Don't know what that is. And back to liquid fuel. And then you have the previous resource, and then that's what all of those are. So that's what that looks like. We have the rear utility tank, which has a small built-in ladder that goes right there, and it has headlights, or rear tail lights. And you have the small tank right here, which also looks very nice. Then you have the thin fuel tank, which for some reason has a door going through it. I don't know why. Next piece we have is a nuclear fuel storage, and that can be used for other things, like some other mods, yeah. And then for engines, here we have the Scarab hover engine, which, as you can see, is like a little fan blade that you can put on, and it will help your rover hover. You have the Scorpion hover, which this goes on the bottom here. It can be radially attached, like so, and it shows a little arrow to make sure you know which way it's going. So as you can see here, it's pointing up. Here's the nudge thruster, which can also be radially attached, and it has a actually, 4th percent of 100. Here's what it looks like extended. Looks very, very, very nice. Here we have the boat engine, so yes, this can be used to make a boat. Ooh, clipping in there. That's my bad. So yes, this can be used as a boat engine. And then we have the underbody thruster called Whisker. I find that cute name. Really cute name. And as you can see, that fits nicely in right there. Alright, and that's the engine section. Here we have the Lynx docking module, which is a docking module, and you can attach the docking ports to it, which you can also attach the extendable docking port. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. The Lynx extendable docking port, which we can go ahead and place right there. You can go ahead and extend it, and you can go ahead and choose what type of height it goes. So you can go that way, or it can go that way, and it's looks like that. And then you have the docking adapter, which I am not entirely sure what this does, but that's what it looks like. And then you have the hitch active and the hitch passive and the structural decoupler. That's what that looks like. Looks very nice. And going over here to payload, we have the attachable fuel tanks, which can be radially attached. Looks kind of like something like that. It has liquid fuel and oxidizer, little labels, which that looks nice. We have the attachable storage here, which you can go ahead and you can open, and it can show what ore, if it has ore in it. You can go ahead and hide the plaque. We have the Lynx cargo bay, which I do believe you can use to like deploy smaller rovers, which is nice. We're going to go ahead and leave that on there. And next we have the cargo bay small, which is the same thing as the cargo bay large, just small. We have the cargo bay thin, which is same thing as this. It holds an electric charge of 200, surprisingly. This one holds an electric charge of 800. We have the Lynx cargo ramp, which goes on the back, and you can go ahead and you can lower the ramp. That's what you use to put rovers if you have the storage on the back. We have the flatbed large, which is, this is what the flatbed looks like. It holds an electric charge of 800. We have the flatbed ramp. I'm going to skip over the flatbed small and thin because those are basically just the same thing as a large, just smaller. You can go ahead and you can lower the ramp on this one here as well, which looks very nice. It holds an electric charge of 250. We have the freight container big, which it holds ore. But if you had like a different mod, like let's say life systems or whatever that mod's called, it can hold things in that mod as well. We have the small container, which is the same thing as the large, and the thin freight canister, which can also be, well, oh, it can't be radially attached. That's interesting. You have the utility bay here, which we're going to go ahead and we're going to place right here. You can go ahead and you can open it, which looks very nice. Looks very, very, very nice. Here we have the service bay, which I think I'm going to switch this out for the service bay. You can go ahead and you can open that, and it looks like that inside. Next thing we have is ground. We have the paw rover wheel, which, gosh dang it, it's hard to rotate things in this game. I don't know why. Very hard to understand as well. You can go ahead and you can put that there. That's what that wheel looks like. Crappy thing is that it can't be attached on both sides at the same time, so you kind of have to, I don't know, roll your way around here. Go ahead and do that. Next wheel we have is the Talon rover wheel, which is smaller, which is extended. Let's go ahead and let's put those in there. Next thing we have is the Lynx skid. And this is what skid looks like. You can start it retracted or extended. That's what it looks like, extended. We have the stabilizer leg here. That's what the stabilizer leg looks like. You can go ahead and you can toggle the leg. It extends like so. Next thing we have is thermal, which we have a radiator, which can be attached to the top. You can go ahead and active or shut down the radiator. That's what it looks like. And it looks very nice. This thing here is bothering me. Let's go ahead and let's just slightly clip in here to see if we can grab it. Yeah, that's better. Alright, next thing we have here is the electrical. You have the Lynx EC canister, electric charge canister. Go ahead and attach this on the top. That's what it looks like there. Looks very nice. Holds electric charge of 200. Here we have the engine holder, which attach the Hoover engines to this, to the side of the rover. That's radially attached here. Let's go ahead and let's attach it to the top so you can see what it looks like there. Next thing we have is the fuel cell roof, which holds an electric charge of 100. Next thing we have is the fuel cell canister, which is the same as the electric charge canister, just without the gray piece. It has a bunch of fuel cells in there. You have the Lynx solar panel here, which is a solar panel that belongs on the top of the rover. Here we have the solar panel wide, which stretches across the entire thing. Next thing we have here is the science, which here we have the mobile laboratory. Holds an electric charge of 400, and you can have cabin lights on. For this, the scan modes are terrain and biome. Required crew is a scientist. Has CurbNet access, resource scanner. Can scan for ore. Crew is required 1, data storage is 400, electric charge is 400, as you can see here. We're going to keep that on there. We have the sample canister here, so let's go ahead and let's attach that up there. This is what the sample canister looks like. I don't know if you need Kerbal inventory system for this or not, but I am not sure. Next thing we have is the science in a box. And this can go inside of the service bay, I do believe. Yeah, this can go inside of the service bay. You can go ahead and you can open the doors. It's basically a Science Junior, but as you can see, it's in a box. We have the Science Junior that you can attach there, and you can go ahead and you can open the doors here, which also, as you can tell by the name, is a Science Junior. For utility here, we have the Lynx Convertotron, which converts ore into like fuel and stuff. We have the crew cabin here, which looks extremely nice. Let's go ahead and let's close this. You have the drill-o-matic back here, which you can go ahead and lights on or lights off, and it deploys. Go ahead and retract the drill, and it retracts right into that little area there. You can go ahead and extend it, and it will turn the drill down so you can see what the drill is doing. And that goes on the back. You have the rear airlock. Oops. You have the rear airlock back here. This is what the rear airlock looks like. We have the joint adapter, which holds, well, these things here with the joints. Here we have the utility ladder, which we are going to add right over here. This is why I use these small wheels here. That way the Kerbals can crawl up. That's what that looks like there. And then you have the ladder with platform here. We're just gonna attach it here so you can see what it looks like. Oh, it's upside down. It has a little platform here with a ladder. I already showed you the rear airlock, and that's everything that you get in the mod. So I'm gonna cut here, and I'm gonna come back when I have my own rover built. Alright everybody, here we are at the runway. Let's go ahead and turn on the lights. Here's what the inside looks like here. Custom internal view. Has a little hanging dice there. Let's go ahead and let's go. Have the solar panel working quite well for us. We have the rear airlock here. Let's not go very fast here because we don't want to tip over. So it's a very nice handling rover. You just can't go very fast because it'll tip over. But yeah, that's the mod. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.